Welcome back. Welcome to Karma on Deck. This is for Sagittarius. This is your Sagittarius weekly reading for January 1st. Happy New Year. I always want to swear when I say that. Happy New Year. I don't know about y'all, but I am super grateful to be putting that one behind me. Woo! Or an excuse to, anyway. Let's just put it that way. Check 2021. All right, here we go. This is your Sagittarius general spread. And again, so this is that transformative energy that's going on. I love how we get two signs side by side that get similar energy, but you guys have the death card, first card of your spread. Transformation. So that's a lot of Scorpio energy. So I'd love to know those of you who are Sagittarius where your Scorpio is placed, because that was in Scorpio's reading first. So what I can say about Sagittarius right now, there is a lot going on with you. We have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords in the center top here is talking about overwhelm. And the 10 of Wands. So a lot going on. And 7 of Cups, overwhelm. Dost thou have anxiety right now? Okay. So I'll show you my anxiety card. Triple Sagittarius. No shit. All right, so we've got this 8 of Wands, and if you notice, there's a little bit of influence coming from all different sides, right? Oh, I've got light on my face from the window. All right, so I've got 10 of Wands. So this has to do with anxiety, feeling a little overwhelmed. Look at, you've got 3 cards for it. 1, 2, there's another one. Yes, okay, so 10 of Wands, anxiety. 8 of Swords. So the thing about 8 of Swords is he's got blinders on, and then he's got all this shit in front of him that he has to get through, or he perceives that he does. I have to do this and this and this and this and all this shit. However, the blinders, right? You ever been looking for something and the second you stop looking for it, you find the damn thing? Well, this is about having those blinders on, being influenced by so many other things. 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups represents all those different things that are influencing you, being pulled in all these different directions. This can also be equated to being at a buffet or window shopping and seeing way too many options for your pocketbook or that you can take home right now, or too many ideas at once where you're getting overwhelmed. So here's the ticket to a couple, and then here's another one that is very interesting, Sagittarius. This is the 9 of Swords. And if you see here, this guy feels totally encompassed, different than the 10 of Swords, which is actually being locked in or feeling imprisoned. This card feels like you're not being effective, or the things that you're doing aren't having weight. So if you look here, I always say this one, feeling like a ghost in your own home, or feeling as if your voice hasn't been heard. Or if you're speaking, it just feels like, hello. So with that being said, with anxiety going on, I would say meditate, pull yourself back from some of these things that are antagonizing and influencing you, and give yourself some breathing room so that you can make an equitable decision that feels as if it's more balanced. Right now, I see Sagittarius as undecided. You're sitting here with the 2 of Wands, angel on one shoulder, devil on the other. So one of the tricks to that feeling out of control, right? Which is a lot of what these cards are saying, right? Feeling overwhelmed and out of control. So you have the Hangman. Don't expect things to shift as rapidly as you want them to right now. We've got the Hangman, which tells us that this period or these things that you're doing are feeling like they're delayed, and they are. Okay. But remember, these delays are for our benefit. We often look at them as frustrations, but most of the time it's during a fallow phase where we're sprouting something or healing, or a seed is being opened. We poke at the pauses way too much in our culture. We don't allow for things to have any length of time. We expect fast food results. So I'm going to hazard a guess with the Hierophant in play that you're looking for faith or leaning on faith you're looking at what strings are pulling at you too, what influences you. Now, the Hierophant back in the day used to be considered the priest card, the card that has to do with our faith. And if you notice, he's got the little Pope's hat here, and he's got a little puppet string. So I like to equate this with our, sorry, someone texted me and I caught the train of their thought, just whoo. So programs. So I like to equate this with our programs. What is it that's running us? Right? More so than our religious belief system, because back in the day, we used to have to go to our pastor, priest, or pope for education. They were the structure that made our decisions for us, and we would tap into that in order to find our alignment. But I like to look at the Hierophant as the card that teaches us. So what do our programs teach us? It tells us what runs us. And it feels counter to our program. It feels very counter to what we think when we go a different direction. So I would hazard a guess that Sagittarius is looking for not a belief system, but finding strength in their belief and finding what runs them and seeing whether it works and whether it's of value. So awareness is key. That is the beginning of ascension. It's the beginning of transformation, is awareness. So you also have the Star card, which is all Aquarius, right? Where do I fit in the bigger picture? This card also has a lot to do with hope. Aquarius is all about the hope, humanitarianism, the looking at the bigger picture. And this is truly about hope and how the balance of the cosmos is affecting you. We also have the Ace of Cups. So Sagittarius wants to receive more love this year. Your focus is on that. Yet you have the Emperor next to you, to your Two of Wands. So there's someone else. Oh my God. So Spirit, hey, Spirit Lady says, amen to have self-love and know what you want and don't want. That was my next point. Is with the Two of Wands, the key, thank you for that segue. So the key to our anxiety. So anxiety is a feeling of lack of control. Too much to do, not enough time. Too many thoughts, not enough peace. I don't know. So how do you fix? I don't know. How do you fix this Six of One, half dozen of the other, angel on one shoulder, devil on the other? How do you gather enough information to make a decision when there's too much information? Well, first I'm going to say meditate. So are you meditating would be my first question. If you don't have a meditative practice, begin one. Reach out to me if you have questions. I'll send you a couple videos on getting box breathing and different things, and we'll talk. Because that's my favorite thing to teach, because it's my most precious commodity, is the things I've learned in meditation. But barring that, make a decision. Make a decision. If you can't, like I can't make a decision because I can't move out until I get paid. So you cannot make a decision right now on how it is that you want to proceed. But if you make a decision to make a decision, if you keep your word to yourself, if you're good at keeping a word to yourself, it's like making a promise to pay a bill. You know you're going to pay the bill on that day because you get paid on that day. So make a decision to make a decision and honor that time frame. And it will release that anxiety and pressure that you put upon yourself right now. Give you a little breathing room. Sorry, I'm going on too long on this general spread instead of moving on to the moon, but I feel like this is important. You have the Ace of Cups, which is a pivot point for you. So you're turning a corner. So, and in love, right? So you're turning a corner, not necessarily, I'm going to talk about relationships, because I like to subtract the relationship component, because it can be the whole reading. It usually is. It affects every part of our life, our well-being, our sexuality, sensuality, self-esteem, etc. But we have the Emperor influencing this Two of Wands. So the Emperor, if you look at it as Saturn, it's Aries, how I do things, right? We have how things are supposed to be done is how I would translate that. Because if you look at the Emperor, It's all about control, patriarchy, order, how things are done, and this way and no way. So how is it that you process information, structures that are new to something that you're programmed already? It takes practice. But what I do see for Sagittarius is the Queen of Swords, walking away from something that doesn't serve you. And I'm proud of you. That takes an immense amount of work to speak to that. So round of applause for Sagittarius. Let's shuffle these cards for your Sagittarius moon. In the meanwhile, I'd like to tell you to do me the favor of sharing, subscribing, hanging out, like my videos. I don't do advertising. I like an organic crowd, people that actually want to be here, so I don't pay for followers or subscribers. I just hang out with my people. Let me know how you feel your reading went. Tell me where you are in the world. And if you want to book an in-depth reading, you can find me at karmaondeck.com, where you can find coaching, mentorship, classes, and you can book your one-on-one there. But meanwhile, hang out with me on YouTube. All right. This is your Sagittarius moon reading.